Gene Hackman and wife Betsy Arakawa found dead under suspicious circumstances. Authorities continue investigation. Legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were tragically found dead in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home under mysterious circumstances, more than a week after they had passed away. The shocking discovery has left fans, friends, and authorities grappling with questions about the nature of their deaths and the strange circumstances surrounding them. Sheriff Adán Mendoza of the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office confirmed during a press conference held on Friday, March 7, that the couple's death is being treated as suspicious, despite the recent release of their official causes of death. While the medical examiner's report provided some answers, Mendoza emphasized that the investigation remains ongoing, as authorities work to piece together the events leading up to the tragic loss of the iconic Hollywood star and his wife. Causes of death revealed. Chief Medical Investigator Dr. Heather Jarrell announced that Gene Hackman's cause of death was hypertensive atherosclerosis cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease listed as a significant contributing factor. Hackman, who was 94 years old at the time of his death, had reportedly been in declining health for several years. His struggle with Alzheimer's disease had been kept private, with close friends and family members quietly supporting him behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Betsy Arakawa's death has raised even more troubling questions. Dr. Jarrell confirmed that Arakawa died from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare but often fatal disease transmitted from rodents to humans. Hantavirus infections are uncommon in the United States, and the fact that Arakawa contracted it in their home has left investigators puzzled about how the virus entered their residence and whether other environmental factors or human involvement played a role. The causes of death are clear, Jarrell said during the press conference. But the manner of death and the circumstances leading up to it remain under investigation. Timeline of events and discovery. The couple was reportedly last seen alive more than a week before their bodies were discovered. Concerned neighbors alerted authorities after noticing that the couple's mail and packages had piled up outside their home, and there had been no activity at the property. On February 28, Santa Fe County deputies conducted a welfare check at the residence and made the grim discovery. Hackman and Arakawa were found in separate rooms, and their dog, a German shepherd named Xena, was also discovered dead nearby. Early reports indicated that there were no signs of forced entry or visible injuries on the bodies, but investigators immediately classified the deaths as suspicious due to the unusual circumstances. Sheriff Mendoza stated that while there is no immediate evidence of foul play, the fact that both Hackman and Arakawa died of unrelated but severe health complications within a short time frame warrants further investigation. "We're not jumping to conclusions," Mendoza said. "But the timeline, the presence of the hantavirus, and the death of their dog raise questions that need answers." Awaiting cell phone records and necropsy report. Authorities have obtained a warrant to access Hackman's and Arakawa's cell phone records to establish a more precise timeline of events. Investigators are particularly interested in determining whether Hackman was using his phone in the days following Arakawa's death, as this could help clarify whether he was aware of her condition or attempted to seek medical help. "At this time, we have no indication that Mr. Hackman used his phone after his wife passed away," Mendoza said. "But until we receive the records, we can't rule it out." Additionally, the necropsy report for Xena, the couple's dog, is expected to provide crucial insights. Veterinarians are testing the animal for signs of exposure to hantavirus or other toxins that could have been present in the home. Mendoza confirmed that authorities are exploring the possibility that the virus could have been transmitted from a rodent that may have infected the dog, which in turn could have indirectly exposed Arakawa. "We consider this an open investigation until we close the loopholes of the cell phones, until we finish out the necropsy results of the canine, and the other loose ends that we need to tie up," Mendoza said. The mystery of hantavirus infection. Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome is a rare but highly dangerous respiratory disease caused by infection with hantaviruses, which are typically transmitted to humans through contact with the urine, droppings, or saliva of infected rodents. The disease often begins with flu-like symptoms including fever, muscle aches, and fatigue, but can quickly progress to severe respiratory distress and organ failure. Dr. Jarrell explained that while hantavirus infections are rare, they are most commonly reported in rural areas of the western United States, including New Mexico. However, it remains unclear how Arakawa could have been exposed to the virus in the couple's well-maintained and reportedly pest-free home. "It's unusual to see a case of hantavirus in a residential setting where there's no visible evidence of rodent activity," Jarrell said. "We're working with environmental health experts to inspect the property and identify any potential sources of exposure." Remembering Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. Gene Hackman was one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors, known for his versatile and powerful performances in films such as The French Connection, 1971, The Conversation, 1974, and Unforgiven, 1992, for which he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Over the course of his career, Hackman earned 2 Oscars, 4 Golden Globes, and the admiration of generations of moviegoers. Born on January 30, 1930, in San Bernardino, California, Hackman's rise to stardom was marked by his intense dedication to his craft and his ability to embody complex, morally ambiguous characters. He officially retired from acting in 2004, citing a desire to focus on his health and spend more time with his family. Betsy Arakawa, a talented pianist, met Hackman in the early 1980s, and the couple married in 1991. Arakawa was known for her warm personality and devotion to her husband. Friends and colleagues described the couple as deeply bonded and supportive of one another through life's challenges. Gene and Betsy were an incredibly private but loving couple, said a longtime friend. They supported each other through everything. Betsy was Gene's rock and Gene adored her. An ongoing investigation. Despite the medical findings, the unusual combination of factors surrounding the couple's death has left many unanswered questions. Investigators are continuing to explore whether any environmental or human elements could have contributed to the tragedy. Sheriff Mendoza stated that there is currently no evidence of criminal activity, but the case will remain open until all avenues are exhausted. We owe it to the Hackman family to provide them with answers, Mendoza said. We will leave no stone unturned. Fans and fellow actors have taken to social media to express their shock and grief over the loss of the Hollywood icon and his beloved wife. This is heartbreaking, wrote actor Robert De Niro. Gene was one of the greatest actors of our time, a true legend. My heart goes out to their family.